Welcome to Discraft country. We've made it to Michigan, and we are getting ready for the Discraft Great Legs Open presented by
Garrett J. Verberg.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not even gonna attempt to. I'll just butcher that guy's name, so I don't want to do that.
I'm sure I butchered it, man.
Well, it's a lot better than I would have missed half the letters. So, we're getting ready here at DGLO. This is one of my favorite courses. We've got a lot of length, a lot of uphill, downhill, and we've made it to Michigan. We had an off week. You kind of almost got stuck in Canada.
That was pretty crazy.
Sounds like.
Yeah, the GPS took me to the border, and then when I got there, they were like, "Oh no, the bridge is closed for construction." So then I had to go like 2-3 hours out of my way to a different border, and then they were like, not happy with me, like coming through. They're like, "Disc golf? What is that?
Right.
That's not a real job."
Sounds like a smuggling incident.
So yeah, just glad I'm here, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll get going. Let's go. Hole one.
Hey,
Yep.
I was thinking about this course. I don't think there's a single touch shot. The entire course.
Maybe that's why it's like my favorite course.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Let's go. They've made so much changes to this course in the past year, so we'll see what changes there are today. Well, yeah, I guess on this season. Hole one, last year they had 2 pin positions. They've only got 1. This is also the last event of the regular season for the 2024 season. After this event, it's only playoffs, a major, and the Pro Tour Championship. It's come and gone very quick. It's almost over. It's gonna be a 4-day event, which if it's only one course, usually they have some multiple pin locations. So I think we'll see that on maybe on the back 9 more, like hole 18. I think had 2. I don't think that they have all the baskets in. Phil told me that Bob came out here with the baskets, but not the holes or something. So we won't see all the baskets, but we got hole 1 starting off, 516 foot, hole 3, pretty epic downhill tee shot to start it off. OB all off to the left side and then OB right of the basket as well. So it does get kind of difficult because of the distance. People that have a big forehand will probably rip a forehand, so I'm gonna try that.
One of the cool things about this course is that so many of the holes are so tough that it's a really great course for multiple pin locations.
Right.
Where you can have certain days where everything is playing really hard, really long,
Yep.
and other days where things are a little bit more attackable.
Right,
So,
it's a good way to make the course play quite a bit different and add some variety where like a single course doesn't really have that. I'm going NUKE, got a little bit of headwind too. Hopefully it holds up.
ooh, it's a good line.
Oh, it's flipped up a little bit though, huh?
I think it's perfect. It looked like a really good height to get off to the right, and you got good distance with the flip up.
I'll take that. It might be closer to where the old pin was, which is like 70 feet left of where today's pin is, but
you could pretty much see the left pin.
yep. It's not a bad hole to take a par.
Right. I'll try the forehand as well. Ooh, I was a little worried about that. I think that one parked the left pin.
Oh wow. Well, it's got that lift though at the end. We can't really see anything, so I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned.
I also want to try backhand turnover. Just
let's see, 2022 or 2021, Elon Gossage would be shaking in his boots right now, rolling in his grave.
I've got a good disc for this shot, I think.
I mean, a lot of people throw it.
We'll see what the headwind does.
It does look really nice.
It's so similar to my forehand.
Yep.
I need that way more turn to get it right.
I mean, about 50% of the people probably will throw backhand, because it's so far, and then they'll make it walk. So
it's really sketchy though with that OB now.
Right. Yeah, because it is tight.
Yeah.
Let's see where we ended up. Goose's forehand, slightly better. Backhand is the best, but again, too far left. Not bad for the false go here. Yeah, well, we have the whole week to kind of dial it in, but
I think the old pin was like right here somewhere. So.
Right. This still isn't too bad though, although it's kind of a sketchy putt with that OB so close to the basket.
Right.
So no, you definitely would want better off the tee. A little bit more height off the tee to let it have time to actually fade back.
Yeah.
Take some of the distance off too, maybe.
That like little bit of flip up is perfect for the distance, but you definitely need the height to get farther right.
Yep.
I've noticed Albert goes like very stable and high.
Oh, okay.
But that's just because he's a monster and can throw really far.
He can throw a 600-foot forehand.
Right.
Ooh. I feel like Circle's Edge is kind of the aim point anyway. Like you don't really want to try to poke it.
Right.
You're 12 feet away from OB.
There is a second tier, so if you do just get above this into that second tier, you should stop at like 20 feet.
Yep.
So that's kind of ideal. But yeah, I would take this shot every time too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
yep. That's what you want.
There we go. All right, we're on hole 2. I have to put the tape on because I'm about to throw backhand. But they did leave the pin positions on this hole. So
Nice.
there's
Okay.
one at 630, which is just the very top of the hill, and then one at 680, which is just past the hill into another little spot. It doesn't play like a ton farther to get to the second one, because all you have to do is crest that hill and basically you're at the second position. But I think that you could play it differently if you wanted to. For instance, I think you could chip something to the bottom of this hill and then just rip something with the flat run up all the way to the top,
Right.
which I might try.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little too far to get to the second pin. So
Right.
there I definitely want to get to the second landing zone. There's kind of this in-between point that's just like super steep.
Yep.
And
It's like where everybody lands.
Yeah.
'Cause in order to get to the top, it's like such a pump.
it's so far,
Yeah.
right. But yeah, just basically hit the fairway and see what you can do from there.
Yep. It's got a good angle.
Yeah, it got the
Really
little bit of
nice
lift. That could be in a good spot.
Yeah, that got that top TR. Well,
Yeah.
it's a little bit less steep.
Let me try the little forehand layup like I was saying, see if it's possible.
Yeah. This is never a shot I've even attempted, I don't think, but I think it makes sense. I mean,
Really?
like yeah, I don't think I've tried like laying up to the bottom. But like you said, with that shorter pin, I think it probably is reachable from the flat.
I was noticing this last week especially, or sorry, 2 weeks ago at Worlds.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of times where I would be 15 feet farther than the landing zone,
Right.
and I'd have a much harder shot because I'm
Yeah.
on that steep upslope, versus if I was back, it would be so much easier because I'm only losing a tiny bit of distance and I get good footwork. which
It's
is
crazy
so
how some of the
important.
slopes can affect the, like 15 last week, the par 5. If you get a tee shot all the way to that upslope,
Yeah, exactly.
you're just standing, you can't do a run up, you're just standing like this, and it's really hard to get your body to actually
Right.
produce any power, whereas if you're on the flat, you can do a full run up and gain way more distance than even just like the difference between the two shots.
I noticed that on 18 too. That last upshot on 18, a bunch
Yeah.
of people skipped all the way to the bottom of the hill
Yeah.
and then could actually get to the basket from there.
Yep. I was down there once.
You're down there once?
Did not get to the basket, hit a tree,
Oh, okay.
but it is possible.
It's good shape. Flicks out a little bit.
Ooh, I might have made it. I mean,
Really close there,
very close.
but still a good shot. You're in the fairway.
Oh.
Yeah, like we said, we've never practiced this shot before, so we don't really know.
We're just throwing to the FPOT on
Yeah.
purpose.
The beauty of that is if we can get to the top from there,
Right.
the layup is so easy, and
Yeah.
if the second shot is
It's
not
true,
like
because I just threw a
crazy
complete shank and I'm still in a good spot.
hard, right, that it might be worth trying.
Right.
It says it's 345 from here. That
Yep.
sounds pretty doable to get to that short pin. So
Sounds doable to get to the back pin too, because like you were all saying, you get past that crest, it should just kind of glide.
right, it's not too much more. So
Oh boy.
I was trying kind of flippy
It's a putt.
for the up the hill.
I do like flippy. It's kind of almost a similar shot to maybe the tee shot if you try to get up top,
Right, right.
but maybe like a fairway driver instead of a nuke. I mean,
I don't know if I can get there, so I'm
Right.
going to try nuke again. I'm going to try that little bit of flex like I did with my first tee shot. Man, it's just a lot of height.
man, it plays long.
Let's see what you got
I'm gonna also go nuke now since after seeing that.
since you've seen my shots.
Yeah,
You'll probably park the back pin now.
but I don't know. It definitely feels a lot bigger of a shot once you step up to it.
Oh, it's a really good shape. Easily over the top.
It's up there. Oh, it's so low.
Yeah, the key with the shot is
That makes it tough, man.
less about the disc and the shape and more
Right.
about like the height.
Yeah.
The height is so key. So he did get just to the top of the spot that levels off, which does not help him at all.
Nope.
Because his run up is still on the steep stuff.
Yeah, this is not a good spot to be.
You'd love to be up maybe another 30, 40 feet, you know?
Yeah, it's not possible. Don't want to have unrealistic expectations, you know.
Good point.
Tone for me.
It's the flippy one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, 25 feet.
This is where you want to be. This nuke is so nice.
I don't know what disc to throw. If I crest
Right.
the hill, I could be at the next basket with anything.
Yeah.
I'm probably only 250 out here.
I think one of the reasons why the short pin is so much easier too is just because you can see the base.
Oh, okay,
You can see
right.
the bottom of it. So it's like the distance control is right there,
Yeah.
whereas the back one is kind of just like
You're guessing a little
a
bit.
little bit guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty solid. I'd love to put that 5 feet higher.
Yeah.
But it should be the same shot for the back pin, just a little faster, a little higher. That looks pretty ideal. Just in
Nice.
front of those trees, yep. So I'd love to be there. That's way easier than the bottom of the hill, for sure. But I don't know how often I'm getting here.
Tee shot's also tough to get in this spot.
Yeah.
Bottom of the hill play to a pretty good second shot.
Just inside the circle,
Just inside the
28 feet
circle.
or so. So pretty
Technically,
solid.
it's viable to the back pin, which means it's definitely viable for the short pin as well.
Short pin's a little bit closer
So.
for sure.
I don't know, you kind of just pick which shot you want to be more difficult. You know, super easy tee shot, super difficult second shot. Well, really difficult tee shot, and then still kind of difficult up shot. I don't know.
But definitely can be gotten from the bottom of the hill.
I'll take that.
When you got big arms like that.
Hey,
Hey.
that's all I got. That's all I have. All right, hole number 3, pretty epic hole here. Par 4, 915 feet, straight down the toboggan slope. We got pretty tight OB. I think this looks tighter than last year. I don't know. They got that whole left side roped off now as OB with that little mound, so it plays very tight. It used to be like all open.
I recall it being closer last year, but I think if you threw into that hillside, you were safe.
It was safe, so I think it might have been it was on the other side.
Now
right?
it's even tighter.
Yeah,
so
it's
this
very
is
tight.
wicked.
And they have the OB on the right side as well, which I don't know if that was last year or not, but that saves some time from people looking for this.
It is a godsend.
But you'll see people throw either like a mid or fairway or maybe even rip a driver, but I don't think there's a huge benefit to get super aggressive. You can get kind of down in a bowl where you can't even see the basket, so.
If you throw a driver, you can get to this hillside, which is out of bounds,
Yeah.
which I like that the hillside's out of bounds for the upshot.
Right.
But for the tee shot, it kind of de-incentivizes you to go aggressive.
Agreed. Oh, it's too stable, even with the wind.
Oh. It's so tough getting the angles right.
Man.
Again, hopefully there's spotters down there, because that's hard to say where that went
Oh, right.
OB, too.
I think it was kind of by the basket, though.
Yeah.
Like that last feather band was kind of what I put
Dude,
myself.
I agree.
You would agree?
And because two of us on the same card agree,
Right.
we get
Benefit
to take
to play
it
on.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Go flippy guy.
Don't hate the flippy guy nice and low. Oh, but it has to get around the corner.
The low is so key, man, to match the hillside.
Yeah, it'll be close.
This could really this could turn into a nose down, nose up argument real quick.
Controversy.
So we'll try to hold off.
Keep it civil.
Wow.
I mean, that was so committed. And it still comes out. Wow, okay.
Wow. Oh.
It
OB.
it rolled back in once.
I don't think it ever crossed. Actually, I think y'all reteeing. Ooh, yeah.
It looks a little wider on the left than I
It does.
remember.
It does.
Oh, look at that lift. Man, I like that shot
Should
until
be
it got
nice.
that lift. It could be OB right. Man, I don't know. This is a tough shot.
Very tough shot. This was one of my favorite nukes until I lost it on.
Oh
whatever
boy.
day it is. It's probably too flippy.
Definitely too flippy.
Oh no!
Folks, in years past, that was called, the whole group just looks for that disc for the next 5 minutes and then he re-tees.
Right. And now it's just this group looks for 25 minutes and then everyone gets annoyed and then just leaves the video and we got a 2-hole video. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Oh, what's the ruling on this?
I'm calling it in.
I mean, you're left of the, you're just inside of the mode line, but if we draw a line between these two stakes, oh man, that's close. I'm calling you out.
That's fair, that's fair.
I'm voting out.
Too bad it's a 50 split decision, you know, so I get to take it as
Benefit
inbounds.
to playoff. Everyone gets 2 votes in a two-man group.
Yep. Oh, I
Could
got
go a little flippy or two, actually.
so much farther than that. I don't think it moves much once it hits the ground, so
It's nice.
that one's still a little short.
Yeah.
It's a ways.
One thing to know with the OB being on this right side now is that big tree that kind of overhangs like that OB pocket is out of bounds now. So I think you might see some people not throw like a backhand hyzer as close to that tree as they would in the past. Since if you hit that, now you're OB, whereas before if you hit that, it's just easy up and down.
If you're throwing a backhand up shot, you want to be farther left.
It's going to be more of a, throw the tee shot over there if you can, and then throw a normal shot, or if you're on the right side, throw more of a turnover shot versus like a straight shot.
Flex,
Like, really try to stay away from that tree. Yep. Oh, not like that though.
Stay up.
God, that's so flat.
Wow.
See, I would have thrown my other nuke, but I just lost it in the trees, so.
OB.
Still backhand then.
That's a good looking shot. Stay up.
Yeah, backhand turnovers are so easy.
Oh yeah, very nice.
People say it's like only hyzers, but backhand turnover is the easiest shot in the game.
Easy shot. This is a pretty ideal shot for sure, but leaves me in this pocket where I can't really see the basket. So I have to just hope for the best. Well, I ended up being way short, so I'll have to remember that. Use my rangefinder next time.
Oh.
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 Like
Might
both
have to start
those
using your
putts.
rangefinder from that distance too, just so you know how far out you are.
Hey man, I'm gonna blame that on the wind. I like
What
both
wind?
those putts.
Oh, the throw. Okay, I was like, feels pretty dead right now. This turnover backhand is pretty good though. I take this.
Not bad. Where'd your nuke end up?
Which one? The one I threw off the top, gone. The other one, OB by about a foot.
Never to be seen again.
Why not? Hey, shout out to Paul Uleberry for continuing to repopulate the earth. He's got a little baby now.
Yeah, it was cool to see.
Baby Captain Yuli.
Hole 4. This is actually probably the most gettable hole on the entire course, I would say.
It's got to play as one of the more, more
it's got to
tackable.
be a must get. For this course, this is
Right.
kind of the must get. What you're playing is you kind of have just a wall of trees. You're throwing into them. There's a gap that kind of goes around them and then into this like little fairway. And then you go straight up the hill to kind of this little touchy green. They put in a few like wooden panels too that make the skip up a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
But
Hey, the false touch shot.
I guess. I don't
of.
really view it as a touch shot
Okay.
still. I still throw it just into the hillside, call it good. Here's the thing on this hole. There's a gap that a lot of people aim for. If you hit the gap, you're great.
Yep.
If you go left of the gap and you hit the tree, you fall down to a spot that's usually birdieable.
Yep.
Worst case, easy par.
Right.
If you go right of that gap,
Yep.
dead. Like,
Really bad.
mega death. Like,
Leave the disc, don't even look for it, re-tee.
honestly, like here, kind of story time, but also a lesson for everybody out there.
Yeah.
I threw my disc into that tree on the right up there. We saw exactly what tree it went into. It never came down. Okay, we looked for 3 minutes. I had to take a lost disc penalty.
Whoa.
Okay, come back and re-tee. After the round, I just climbed the tree that we all knew it was in, found the disc. Okay, but because we couldn't see it, it's a lost disc. So,
That's brutal.
if you know it's in the tree, you have to climb the tree, otherwise you take the lost disc penalty.
Yep.
Don't know what to do about that, but we should change it. Sorry.
It should be changed. IL story time for me as well. I played in Vermont last year, I believe, or maybe 2 years ago, with Kevin Jones. Threw a disc into a tree on hole 3. We knew where it went, couldn't see it, so he's like, well, I have to climb the tree. He climbed the tree like 60 feet in the air, got the disc back, avoided the penalty, risked death. So as far as the Pro Tour goes, probably not the greatest idea to have people climbing trees.
It's not the best, not the best.
It was cool though, I will say.
But because of all of that, the play for me on this hole is to just hit the tree on the left. That's my play. I'm throwing straight into the middle of that tree, taking whatever I get, and it's usually a birdie.
Yep.
Smack!
Should filter, should have a shot.
Falls straight down, forehand up to the basket.
Love it. Because yeah, you push that, you try to get over the gap, and it's just
brings those right trees into play.
Yeah. Just like that, Goose. Just like that. How do I do the exact thing that I wasn't gonna do?
Ooh, I saw it filtered down a little bit. Might not be a lost disc. It might have made it to the ground. Abandon.
Abandon disc?
Abandon
I'm
lie.
gonna abandon my lie. Sure. That's better. Yeah, that's...
Yep, he hit the tree. He's gonna be right there. Maybe
not-
a little bit short of the trees, makes it look kind of tough, but should just be a forehand.
A little
up to
bit
the
easier than
basket.
going in the trees right, though. I'll take that.
Yep.
Man.
All right, it was close, folks. It was almost a rethrow.
Aw.
We did manage to find it. Do you see it?
No. That's not my disc. That's not my disc.
That's definitely your disc. I can see your disc.
Really?
Yeah.
This blue disc?
No, it's green.
Oh, there's two in here.
Okay.
Let's see what sad soul lost this disc. Mike, get absolutely wrecked, Mike. But your disc is back, so.
Hey, I would say the thing they could do about that is they can make that right side OB. It's so nasty over there. Nobody wants to be over there playing from there. It's just a chip out anyway.
It still sucks to look for disc, so if you throw in there. But,
right, but if you make it OB, then we don't have to look for it. We can just be like, hey, it crossed at this point.
Right, but in practice we do.
In practice we do, for sure. Just so you guys know, this is worst case scenario after hitting this tree. There's almost nothing worse that can happen. And this is what he's left with. It's like a slightly low ceiling shot, straight at the basket, up this hill.
I've got a zone in my hand and a dream. Oh, it's so low. It's crazy low.
And he's got a 35-foot putt.
Is it that short? No, it's 60 feet, dude.
You think it's 60?
There's a tassel right in front of the
there's
log.
a tassel. You're right, 60 feet. That one had good height. Flexing back.
Hey, pin high. A little lucky, but.
Yep. This is pretty. This
common.
Is common. This is the standard shot from there.
Nice.
Yep. See, not really a touch shot. You kind of just hit the hillside.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, not quite 35 feet, Goose, but.
Hey, but you're a top 10 circle 2 putter.
Yo, this is circle 3, so it's like that's the result I get.
Oh. Right, it's a throw in from here, isn't it?
Yeah, throwing stats not that good for me, I don't think. Oh, is it good? Oh!
Better than your circle 2 putt.
Yeah. 3.
Pretty green. You can tell it's cleaned up here on the putting green as well.
Hey, nice touch, man.
Hey, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I just threw it really hard straight into the ground. Plopped up here.
It looks like a touch shot. Hole 5, this is one of the sweet additions to the hole in the last few years. An attempt to make this course a little bit more wooded as well. So we've got a nice gap shot, 480 feet, downhill, nice fairway, OB past the basket, and then pretty tough woods left and right. So if you do miss the gap, it does get tricky. I'm gonna go with my Nebula. I'm kind of in between a mid and a fairway because it's possible to get that with the mid, and it's possible to go OB with the fairway, but it's kind of tricky either way. So yeah, we'll see if we can get this down now.
Oh, it's a good shape. Does it stay straight the whole way? No way, dude. That never veered off of directly.
I threw it too far left. I'm left of the basket though. So I'm gonna have to go a little bit flipper on the next one. I don't know. I'm joking, Goose. I'm joking.
You already know what I'm throwing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like, good shot kinda, but this is kind of a good opportunity to show just like the difference between the Nebula and the Buzz OS, I feel like. You know, and which one kind of gets closer to the basket.
Hey man, I just needed a little extra height. I'd said the height beforehand and I didn't throw it. Yeah. Although I will say the right side's a little more forgiving.
It is.
If you fade out like later in the flight,
yep, you
can hit that stump a lot of times and kick back towards the basket.
I've seen it happen. Show your folks at home the fairway play. See if I can get this one closer, make the adjustment.
Ooh, oh, it's
I threw it too high though.
Riser.
See, I threw the mid-height. I threw the mid-range height with the fairway driver. That was pushing OB.
Yep, that's close for sure.
Such a good thought to have the throw it into the ground with the fairway.
I noticed that Calvin showed me that. He took his eagle, just hammered it. Oh. Same line I had basically.
Yeah.
Landed short, took a big skip, had a 25-foot putt.
Calvin's a good person to play with. He's got some good ideas.
Good lines like
Not
that.
surprisingly, but you know.
He did go like back-to-back eagles or something like that out here.
I remember that.
That was a crazy round.
I was about to walk off the front of the tee pad like an idiot, but they just built this handy-dandy, players only.
Look at that.
Walking path.
Exclusive content just for us.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you think happens at the players only places?
Wow.
The fans will never know. It's
like the premium subscription service on YouTube or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube Premium, no ads.
This is a common place to end up. A lot of players will end up a little short.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, Goose. No, I'm kidding, all right.
You can't just give it a full run. There is OB kind of right at the bottom of the hill, so you do have to throw a little soft run.
Something to think about. But as you can see, guys, this log is like a perfect little backboard bank stop that just redirects your white to the basket. Passion safe.
Passion safe. There's a backstop back there.
About 8 feet from OB. Got lucky in one of these trees.
But
the Nebula.
Hey, and gets the bird.
That's what you want on hole 5. Oh, also Power Disc Golf Academy. If you guys are trying to get better at disc golf and throw shots like that last one, sign up. We got some good coaches on there. I'm not the only one. Teach you all about disc golf.
All right, we're on hole 6. This is the first one that Calvin eagled that round.
He eagled this hole?
Yeah.
Oh my
You remember that?
No.
There's a couple plays. Off the tee, it's basically this really quick turn to the right. So you want to get through that tiny little gap that you have right there. You can either throw a flex backhand, a pushing forehand hyzer, or some people even throw a roller. The roller has a chance to get way up there and cut off a lot, but it's hard to keep in the fairway.
Yep.
Flex backhand has a chance to get way up there as well, also hard to keep in the fairway, but fades back towards the fairway.
Yep.
Forehand's the best chance of staying in the fairway, but it's hard to get up there.
Right.
But
A lot of options.
I found that the pushing forehand, if you can get it just like a little bit of hyzer, flips up, not to flat, it's pretty ideal.
Just inside of that tree on the left, basically.
Yep. I definitely swung it a little too much. I'm trying to push it up.
That outside of.
But worked out. I think it'll be in a good spot.
Yep. Yeah, man, I'm already missing Jude. I feel like having Jude as the cameraman right now.
Right.
You'd run up there. All right, I'll try this. So I think I'm doing the same thing. I think I'm just gonna do that.
I think that one's a touch low, so you'll probably catch that uphill.
Okay. Yeah.
Versus a touch higher is ideal, but again, it just brings in
the right side a little bit. Yeah. I'll try roll.
Caught just the right side. Ended up pretty good.
I threw it through the gap. I didn't even hit the gap.
Oh.
I threw it through a V tree on this right side.
I couldn't even tell. He threw through this tree, I think.
It was trash.
You want to try a backhand flex? But I don't know. I don't know how you like throwing your flexes.
I can try this. I just don't. I don't like to throw them.
Okay.
All right. Oh boy. Well, I got a lot of angle on that.
Yeah, that was really close. You almost hit the same exact tree as the roller.
Oh, it's just both those shots are so difficult compared to the forehand, and I just don't know if the payoff is high enough.
Exactly.
You know, with the forehand, we can get to a spot pretty routinely where we have a chance of getting to the basket for the second shot, and even though it's a little bit further away, it's still doable.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm throwing it. So this is pretty solid. This is kind of what I mean. There's kind of an upslope here, so it got stopped maybe a touch short. I'm thinking I'm up maybe 20 feet farther.
You threw blue as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
25 feet in front of me, but still not pushing the OB right. Well, not OB, but we're not pushing the right side.
Yep. Pretty repeatable shot too. You have to throw maybe a flex forehand from here.
To get to the basket, yeah. Definitely not going to be, you might be able to throw a highs off since you're farther and further right.
Yeah.
I've got to kind of push it.
Good backhands end up by that tree, which kind of takes another gap out of play if you can throw it well.
Yeah.
And the rollers get all the way to the bottom of that ravine. So.
Yeah. Oh, I did not.
Hook up.
Did not throw that well. That's not going to hook up enough either.
Oh, that one's so close. That one's a putt though.
That was close. But still.
Probably 35 feet on that.
Easy par from both of those.
Yep.
Whereas if I threw the roller, I might have not got lucky through that V tree and just hit right where it is, and then I'm looking at a bogey. So you could almost even throw a zone if you wanted to.
Right.
Buzz OS is great.
I think I've been liking the Buzz OS to push a little straighter, but we'll have to see. I don't know.
Oh, same score.
Dang it! Try my other Buzz OS.
There you go. Matching the hillside.
Just a little early. Okay. Got a touch of a kick.
It's close.
Last one. Actually throw one.
Zone GT. For the win.
Just about getting the distance right. Yeah.
That one looked, oh, that was a little dust cloud. Yeah, nice shot.
Darn it.
70 feet short.
70 feet short.
Easy up and down. I wouldn't even run the putt. This one, I don't know if I'd run this.
Oh, it's too long.
Looks like it got a roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you're probably not running that putt.
No.
Good layup.
If I was James Proctor, I'd maybe run it if I was the...
right.
That was the best C2.
Ching.
But no, it's so sketchy, dude, this drop off.
Yeah, that's why you need to throw the forehand nice and straight too, because if you get it to curve a little early, it fades all the way down that hill.
That is the benefit too of having to, being far enough to be able to throw the Buzz OS.
Yep.
Or the zone one doesn't have as much fade.
Right. That's how he eagled it. Is he threw like a raptor kind of disc.
Okay.
And just left it way too high.
Oh.
And just went straight in.
Oh, so he was going way down the hill.
Way down the hill.
You love that. Hole 7, par 4, 667 feet. Slight dogleg left the entire way, and OB on both sides, which never used to be there. Well, I think last year they had OB on the right side, so it's gonna play more difficult. You basically have to just try to get a tee shot up that slope, and then past that little tree on the left is a good spot. If you're, the further right you are, the easier it is to access the basket. But with that OB, you don't really want to float with that too much. I think I'm gonna still try to be kind of aggressive and get close to that tree. I'm gonna throw a flippy onyx, try to stand something up. It should be okay. I'll be inbounds. I'm gonna have kind of a weird second shot. I needed to commit to a little bit less hyzer and push that OB a little bit more, but I kind of like that shot. I think if I go flippy, it ends up going straight out the end, so I'm not gonna get the skip that like a stable disc will have.
I think I'm gonna go stable onyx. The thing I like about this shot is I can put it at the OB on the right, throw it hard, and I know it'll fade before then.
Yep.
And then the more I commit to really driving it, the farther up the fairway I get.
Makes sense.
At least that's what I had last year.
Just like that. See how, yeah.
Touch short, but I'll take that spot. That's a makeable upshot from there.
Even though that was stable, it didn't really have as much of a finish as like a distance drive would have, so it's still manageable. I do kind of miss the old days when this hole was all inbounds and you could just rip a nuke and get way up there, but.
I want to throw a quick shout out. They put this has probably been here in the past, but basically they just put these boards up here to level this run-up area.
Ah.
The tee pads are good length, but on some of these shots where you're throwing a little farther, it's nice to have just a level run-up. So doing something like this is really nice when it drops off behind. So
I'm glad you pointed that out, man.
Couple holes, especially like last weekend, I had one hole I was complaining about at New London that just needed like this specific thing, and it would have been perfect.
Yep.
So definitely, if you have this issue, this is a really good way of solving it.
I love it, yeah. It's definitely gonna be cheaper than cement, and you can adjust it with the gravel. I think this is the first time I've noticed this too. So I think this might be the first year they implemented this.
Okay.
And it's, yeah. Really
hey, I like it. That's the other thing with the stable onyx is I'm not throwing it very far.
Right.
My flippy one goes way farther.
Oh yeah.
So this leaves me with a wider landing zone. But
yeah, I mean my stable one went a little further, but you know.
Right. no, it did.
This is nice though, center of the fairway. Tree might be in the way a little bit, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. That's a putt.
Definitely need a little more stable than that. I'll try this again. Oh, but that could be OB over there.
Oh, off the tree and in. Safe. Reload.
Worst shot of them all. It's perfect.
Best result. Love it. I threw stable because I wanted to see if Goose's play was valid. Definitely valid. I like it. I'm gonna try out both going throughout the week. My flippy one got a little bit further up, but it did push that OB on the left side, so it gets a little bit finicky with trying to gauge how much flip up you want.
I would say if you go OB left, it's probably better than OB right.
Right.
You're gonna get some more distance.
Yep.
You'll have a little weird shot, but it'll be closer to the pin.
It is gonna cut the angle off a little bit, but I think with how far right that left OB is, you can still make it walk. If they had the OB like another 10 feet left, then if you're OB left, then it's gonna be really hard to get that shot to bend around.
For sure.
Really wish I had my flippy zones that I've lost this year.
Yeah, you talk about that a lot, don't you?
This might be flipping enough. I miss those discs, man. I can't replace them.
I feel like you could put another one in the bag.
Another flippy zone in the bag?
Yeah.
The thing is though, like it took me like a lot of years to get those discs to beat in like that. You know what I should do? I should go find like a used disc rack somewhere and try to find a already beat in Z zone. Because I don't want to throw like a jawbreaker zone. So I want to throw like a beat in.
You don't want a jawbreaker? Okay, that was going to be my suggestion.
Yeah, but I want like the, I don't know, it's just different, man, you know? I'm sure some of the people will relate to like a beat in stable disc that's flippy is different than like a stock flippy disc. So I don't know. And maybe it's just like the softness too. I don't want it to be that as soft, but this is the flippy boy.
Flippy Onyx.
Flippy
Like you said,
Onyx.
it did push straight, so it didn't go OB left.
Yeah.
That's a nice shot. Yes, sir.
Take that.
This isn't ideal. I didn't remember the OB being that close on the backside
Neither
either.
did I, dude.
You gotta play it maybe 20 feet short as
Yep.
your ideal play. But see what we got here. Not even close.
Oh.
That one's got a chance.
Oh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, the internet loves rollaways. Oh, that's interference. Oh my gosh, nobody saw
That's
it.
called a oh, dang it!
That's what you get.
I thought it was
That is what you get. The basket doesn't lie, you piece of crap.
Dang it!
I do think that the OB is title though.
Pretty solid.
I feel like they might have made a couple of these holes a little bit more difficult.
Oh, they took away some of the rough over here though, so we've got a full circle on the right side. That's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. It seems like they might be trying to beef this up a little bit more for the last.
Yeah.
This is a DGPT Plus too. I forgot to mention that.
Right.
I didn't even know it was a DGPT Plus until like a month ago.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a lot of points on the line.
counts a lot for sure.
All these events are really important.
We were
Really
just
nice to
talking
play
about
good.
this. Ezra just dropped out of top 32, right?
Wow, dude, on my own channel, I was gonna bring this up. Yeah, I did. I think I'm just outside top 22 right now.
And I think I'm in 20th, and I
Yeah.
could drop out of top 22 unless I have a good finish in the last 3 events.
It is crazy how much, there'll give me so much shuffling.
Right.
Like you said, I'm just outside of top 22, but if I have the next 3 events, like solid finishes like I should play, I could be back in the top 20.
And they're
for
not
sure.
they're not even like, you don't even need to be like that solid. Like they need
Right.
to be like 20th places.
Right, top 20s.
Top
you can
20s.
move up a lot, yeah.
You move up a lot. Top
It's very
5s,
tight. It's very tight.
You can move up a ton because all the points count,
Right.
other than this event.
Yeah. A big
So-
win. A win would be nice. Get a win in there. Sneak into the top 10. No, that might be. Who knows? Let's
That's
find
a
out.
lot, but-
yeah, we'll see.
All right, hole 8. This one is interesting. I really do like this hole.
Yep.
Off the tee, we've got a pretty tight gap you have to hit and fade off to the left. Then you go way up the hill, back to the right to the basket.
Yeah.
Notorious for big rollaways. Only 500 feet, but is a really tough par 4, I would say. I do like that there is OB on the sides
Yeah.
because it does punish some shots that get off the fairway. My only issue is a really, really good tee shot that it's really hard to do. It gets way left
Right.
and can go OB.
So they could almost move that OB left more potentially. Or
And I don't know if
something.
they have or not. It doesn't
Right.
look like it.
Right.
But I would love for that OB to maybe start farther up.
Right.
You could start that left OB. Although I do like it OB off the tee here too.
It's tough to get OB left.
It is tough to get OB left. That's why it's
why
weird
it's
if
almost
someone
fine,
does
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna be ripping something stable. Try to just keep it as high as I can because you need to get up this next hill over there to have a chance, and you want to get as left as you can. So
Pretty low.
perfect shape.
Yep.
Just it need to be 8 feet higher,
Right.
and that's really solid. I might be far enough back though. I can rip a forehand. NUKE OS here.
NUKE OS. Yep.
I don't hate
A
it.
little more aggressive, but like we talked about, kind of hard to go left and off to
Yep.
go OB.
Well, that's the pocket you want to hit. Yep. I
Didn't
saw it
skip.
skip up on top.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna be 40 feet from OB left. Like I'm not even anywhere close.
You're nowhere close to it. Yep.
That is such a hard pocket to hit though, because it's like I'm going for like, I don't know, 10, 15%, 20% of that whole gap.
Yeah.
Because that right side, the right side of the gap is
there.
basically unusable. Because if you hit the right side of the gap, you're probably going OB, right?
Yep.
So you have to hug that tree, and then the height is important, but you don't want to hit the branch. It's very, yeah.
That one's better.
Nice, got the same little pocket, same quadrant of that gap.
If that one took a big skip, could be OB, but I don't think anything's skipping
I
out
think
there.
it's fine, yeah, should be good. Goose did not make it past this hillside, so he's on the front face of that, so he's gonna have kind of a big shot. Best I can do, guys, is seeing the orange tassels. I can't see the basket for you, but I am joining you guys for where you would spectate this hole, so.
Makes it pretty tough, but it's doable because I'm so short. I'm like off these trees a little bit, so I actually have a line.
Right.
The key is to come up short. You need it to like stall back, otherwise you go OB long, like
Yep.
straight. I think is the play.
You're right. No idea, guys. Oh, nice. You got about a 50-foot putt.
50 feet from there? Okay.
Yeah, pretty
Shot.
short, but it's inbounds.
I need to try one more that's a touch more aggressive.
That looks really good. Nice, dude. Yeah, it's really good.
That one's solid.
It's about 15.
Man, it brings so much more danger into play going that tight though.
Yep.
He's just left enough that he can go around this tree. Doesn't have to throw a turnover.
I think I might have to go turnover.
Really? It's still too pinched?
Yeah, I'm going turnover.
Wow.
You would maybe go forehand, but
Yeah, I think I would.
I don't hate this shot. Forehand would be nice, but if I was 5 feet, 10 feet left.
Yep. You really do have to be left.
That's crazy.
Oh, it was close, I think. Sorry, I should stand out
waltz.
a tiny bit.
That's a better shot, I believe.
Pan out a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
That one's right height.
I could probably do this, I guess. Oh, that's not bad. I don't think.
Yep, that was
Yeah,
really
that's not
good.
bad. So we're going before they're supposed to like have the course ready, so it's possible that they mow before.
Because this shot,
Right.
if it skipped, like a machete normally skips,
Right.
it could easily be OB.
Yeah, if this is mowed tight,
Yeah.
this could definitely be OB.
Let's try this shot. Yeah, that forehand is tough. Let me try the high one. That a little better?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know, actually. I didn't see the first one, so I have no idea.
There's kind of a like gap between those two trees. You kind of have to like push back and then fade back to the right to get in between those two trees.
Yeah, it's like more of a stall.
Yeah, if you hit either one of them, a lot of times you drop down and roll.
Yep.
So
Yay!
just do that and it doesn't roll away.
That's the thing, man. All the people complaining about rollaways, you missed the putt. Oh, except for James Proctor.
Oh,
You see James's dead
Yep.
center spit
Yep.
out?
And Nicholas's too.
It's brutal, man. It's like a
Go.
good putt, like a perfect putt, and then it's just completely screwed.
Hey, wasn't on the Chain Star Pros.
Hey,
Or-
Discraft, baby.
What do I say? What do I do? I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Hole 9, 472 feet, par 3, pretty difficult hole. Almost plays similar to hole 5, which is that tunnel shot without the tunnel. So you can kind of throw it a little bit more where you want to. But it does get to be a tunnel at the very end. The trees on the right is a really bad place to be. You don't want to be in that stuff. And then left is a little bit more open, but if you throw it over there, you probably don't have a putt. The basket is perched up on a little mound, so if you go past the basket, you can kind of fall and have a really long uphill putt. So it pays to be straight on this hole and go right at it. I'm going to try to throw my Nebula again and hopefully get as close as I did last time I had the shot.
Very similar shot, yeah.
I don't think I threw it flat enough.
Ooh, it flipped a little
It did
bit.
flip a little bit, yeah.
Very nice.
I'll take that. Yeah, it's going to be circle's edge.
I would take that anytime on this
Yeah.
one. Yeah. The one thing I will say about this course is we just played 8 phenomenal holes, in my opinion. I like every single one of those first 8 holes.
Yeah.
We're about to reach the stretch that is bonus birdies
Yep.
with no separation.
Mm.
And unless they change some of these holes, it's like 80% of the field's getting par.
Right.
And so you're getting some people with birdies, you're getting some people with bogeys, but
Right.
it's just like we need something here to add a little risk reward.
It's going to be like 20% birdie, 70% par, and then 10% bogey maybe.
Something like that.
So you'd like
yeah.
those numbers to be a little bit more even. So maybe add some OB somewhere to get the bogeys up a little bit.
Yeah, and you could change where it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could put it on the left, you could put it on the right, you could put it behind. Like there's some
Right.
different ways you could do it.
Yeah.
But you got to add a little separation, and you got to make players think about their shot a little bit more.
Right.
Right now, it's just to like try to park the hole.
Yep.
Go from there. On top of that, the rough on the right is so bad.
Yeah. And it's inbounds. So you have to find it.
It's a lost disc.
And
you
throw
can't
from
find
it. Right.
So.
That should get the tone. Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, that like late flip.
Oh, man. All right, and you guys can see that's the difference between the BuzzOS and the.
The Nebula.
I feel like the mid is really good, but it's a tough distance to get all the way to the basket. But it's easy to not go long, and then the fairway I feel like is almost easy to go long, which is makes me want. I don't know.
I always err on the side of I like committing as hard as I can to my shots.
Right.
So I go with the shot that just can barely get there, and then I just throw it hard, really commit to it, versus trying to lay off a fairway or
Right.
something. AB just throws a Luna though, so.
Yeah, well, he would. Just outside.
Yep.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Yep.
That's what we needed.
That's called 9th best Circle 2 putter in the entire world right there.
It's a really good stat to have.
Does that feel good?
Coming from you, no. You got a Circle 1 putt, though. Let's see if you can make it.
Oh, boy.
Easy peasy.
There we go.
Guys, that's your top 120th Circle 1 putt. I don't even know what it is.
Hey,
I
man.
have no idea.
But I'm good at putting the disc here.
That's true. You're probably top 10 in throwing or something.
In Circle 1.
Circle 1 regulation.
I'm probably Circle 2. I'm usually a little safer.
A little better. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that does it, y'all, for the front 9 at DGLO. Last Pro Tour, last DGPT Plus, non-playoff event of the season. The finishing stretch is pretty important here, so hopefully we can play good. Make sure you guys tune into DGN. We got to be on coverage. We got to get on coverage this week. At least one of us, if not both of us. We got to play good this weekend.
That's a fun course, man. Make sure to check out the back 9. There is another Calvin Eagle on the back 9 that we got to show you how that happened. So,
Goose's channel is going to be the back 9. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.